Hi guys, welcome to my first ever roundup of the PS Plus games. So I've played each game this month, and this is just going to be where I round them up, as obvious as that sounds. So this month's January 2019. The games have been Steep, Portal Knights, and Fallen Legion: Flames of Rebellion. So let's start with Steep. So I think Steep was a really good choice for them to put on PS Plus. Like, if you read what anyone said, like, as soon as they were announced, everyone was like, oh yes, Steep was one of those games where so many people wanted to try it but didn't want to buy it, if that makes sense. They didn't want to spend the money on it because they didn't know if it was going to be something they were going to play. So I think it was a really good call putting that on this month's games. So I think playing it was a lot of fun at first. Like, it was really cool just exploring what it was about, being able to explore the mountain. But it's not for everyone, in my opinion, because it's kind of a sports game, isn't it? That's how I would describe it, as a sports game. And if you don't like that kind of thing, then you're going to struggle to get away with it, in my opinion. So, like, it's always, it's kind of not always points based, but it's like you've got the runs where you can do the tricks to earn points, or you can race, or you can, things like that. It's not always engaging to everyone, Having said that, like, if you are into sports games, I think it's a very good game. Or if you're into snowboarding, into the mountains in real life, I just think I think it's a good game. Like, I think it looks good, it's well made, it's like, it feels good. Like, not that I'm not the best person to judge, like, how people judge the physics and stuff in the games, how it feels. In my opinion, it felt good. A lot of the criticism, and I think I would agree, is that after playing it for an hour or two, you get a bit bored. So, in my opinion, I don't think that I would pick the game up again, personally. But I think because it's an online game, I think that could be where it would shine, playing it with your friends. So, I'd bear that in mind. I think also you got to manage your expectations going in. So, like, it depends what kind of game you want to play. If you want to play something like action-packed, that's not really going to be this. Like, even though it's an adrenaline sport in real life, like, this is a chill game. I suppose it could get frustrating, and, if you have to redo levels and stuff and get things spot on. However, from just the vibes I got, it is a chill game. Like, you just, you want to kick back on a night and just boot that up, have a snowboard around the mountains, jump off some cliffs, stuff like this. So, do a few story missions, do a few trick missions, whatever you want. And I think it's good that you can play the game how you want to play it. And I really like how it's got customization. I was saying as I was playing it, I wish there was more customization. And I didn't think it was that easy to find. It didn't tell you that you could. I just stumbled across it and I was like, oh, this is what I was talking about. I really like that. So, each player can kind of personalise. You can unlock things as you go. I think that gives you a motivation to keep playing. If you get a certain amount of points on a certain thing, you might unlock a code that you were wanting. So it depends how vain you are as well, I guess, and how into, like, customization that you are. But I think it's important. I think the only thing, like, you got to choose from some preset characters. I don't know if these are real people or stuff like that, or just made for the game, but it would have been cool if you could build your own character, in my opinion, from the ground up. It kind of makes it more like an online multiplayer game, where everyone can have their own identity. Or the other way that I would have liked the game to have been, like, I talked about Tony Hawk a lot as I was playing, because I used to play them a lot on PS2, and they were just fun games. Like, as far as I remember. I haven't played for a while, but again, they were fun, but with your friend, like couch co-op. Both of you have got controller, playing the games, and the single player was good as well, but that had a storyline, you know, and like you had a little open world, but it was a town, obviously not mountains, but there was a storyline and missions, and I think it depends on the type of gamer you are, but I think I would like that better than, there was a bit, I just didn't have quite as much feeling of purpose as I would have liked in this game. Overall, I think my views on the game are mixed, but that is, like I said, down to expectations. Like, I think it's a very good game. I really do. I think, again, it's just beautiful. Like, I think you could spend a lot of hours on it. And like I say, particularly with friends. I think that's why you should play this game. Well, having said that, I didn't try it with friends. But I don't have friends. I'm just kidding. I do have friends, but I don't really game with friends. So, mixed in the fact that I thought it was a very good game. But there were things that could have been done better, and I think it just wasn't for me. So, if the game was aimed at me, I think it would be a way higher review. But I want to leave it on a positive note. I thought it was fun and gorgeous, and it made me want to go skiing or snowboarding. So that's the aim, right? Next is Portal Knights. So I again think it's another great idea to give this game on PS Plus, because like the first and obvious thing is the comparison to Minecraft, which is true. Like, I haven't played much of Minecraft. In fact, have I? I have played some, I'm sure I have. I think it was free at one point for a trial, and I played a trial, and it's definitely similar, like, there's no question. However, this is more focused on questing, combat, adventure. You know, you're on small little worlds, and you gotta transport between them. And, you know, you can collect your resources, you can kill the enemies, kill the monsters, do the crafting. You know, there's progression to it, which I think is nice. But you also have the option to have the creative side as well if you want, so you can alter your main world and your home world, like, you know, where you start. You could do what you want with it, really. And then as you level up, you go on to all the different types of worlds. I only got into my second world, and I got slaughtered. I found it quite difficult. I want to call it a kids game. It could be a kids game. Kids are probably better in it than I am. When I was a kid, I would have enjoyed it without the combat, but that's me. Actually, right now I probably would have enjoyed it without combat. Never mind when I was a kid. So I guess this would gear more towards kids that would enjoy combat and adventure, and where customization is just a part of it. So also this game has multiplayer, again, online co-op, which another thing I think is where it would shine, where if you've got a friend, if you're struggling, you can beat up monsters together. You can like have some banter as you're playing, just to, you know, get over the slower parts. You can build whatever you want to build. It would just be, you know, it's just a playground, which you can argue so is Minecraft. So, however, this is free on PS Plus, so if you missed the Minecraft bandwagon like I did, it's a good way, you know, now you can kind of get the idea what it's about, and have some fun building, I guess. I think the creative mode is very good. That would be more, actually, yes, this game, it would be good for kids like me as well when I was a kid, because the creative mode, there was no enemies in that. You could literally just do what you wanted to do. So, you know, you could choose different worlds, different layouts, different terrains, and you had unlimited everything, and you could just build to your heart's content. So, again, with friends, it's perfect. So, I think there's a lot of broadness that this game could cover in terms of who would like it and what you can do with it. So I think it is a very good pick for PS Plus this month. And I think it's worth a try. You never know, you might like it. If you have or haven't played Minecraft as well, if you have played Minecraft, I'd love to know what the differences are and stuff like that. If you haven't played, then, you know, it'll just be a bit of fun seeing what it's like. I hope I summed that up okay. Like, I'm just talking, I don't really know when to stop or if I'm on the right. I'm just following my notes here, so sorry if this is a shambles. Let's go on to the next game, which is Fallen Legion, Flames of Rebellion. You know, as much as this wasn't my type of game, I can see, you know, usually they do kind of one or two bigger games and then one or two smaller games, and this is obviously more of an indie game, and I can see why people would like it. I really can. Like, I was intrigued by the story, in all honesty, and I kind of wish that I liked that kind of game so that I could have continued and seen where it went, but I just don't. So it would have been, you know, that's the whole point of the PS Plus, I guess, is that you can try all different types of games. I thought the combat was, like, unique. I've never played a game that felt like that, and I've played quite a few. Well, my gaming library isn't that broad, but I have tried. Like, I've done this a good few months, a few years ago, where I played all of the games and writ about it. So I have kind of played varied games, and I've never played one quite with the same type of combat, so that was interesting. And I can see how you would feel like achievement from mastering it. So, and like, I imagine that the bosses will end up getting wild, and there'll be a sense of progression in there, and, you know, you got the story, which would be the main reason I would play. I think it's, if you like games with unique combat and stuff like that, I really think it's worth trying. And if any of my favourite YouTubers ever play it, then I will, you know, I'll watch it just to see where it goes, because I think for me that's the kind of game it is that I'd rather watch than play. But I thought it was a good call. It was a good different title for people to try, and it's nice when I like that they put indie games in. I know a lot of people complain that it's not always the big, you know, big new games that have just come out, but I think it's important that they put the indie games in there to give the game a chance to get, you know, more exposure, but also to give the people a chance to play a game, like the game that they wouldn't normally buy. So, yeah, I think another decent game to the month. I really do. So, overall, yeah, I think it was a good month. I've got no complaints, really. Like, as much as the games weren't for me, it was worth it. I enjoyed trying them, and it was quite well rounded. You can say, oh yeah, well, there was no shooters, there was no, you know, nothing like that. But you can't get every genre every month, and I think each one of these filled a different gap. And I think that's all you can ask for, isn't it? Especially with it being games that fit into the category of games that not everyone was sure to buy. I think that's where it nails it this month. There's a lot for kids, there's a lot for people to play together, especially, you know, if you have PS Plus and your friend has PS Plus, that means you now both have at least 2 games that you can play together. So I think that's awesome. One other thing this month was there was a free trial for Firewall 0 Hour, which is it's for PSVR, and it's a first-person shooter game. I downloaded the trial, I had it all ready to go, I was really excited, and then I got the flu, and like I could hardly use my eyes, and I could hardly get out of bed, and it was really bad. And it had to fall on that weekend, so I didn't get to play it, and I was really gutted. I really wanted to make a video and to show that as part of the series, but sadly it just wasn't meant to be. That's the problem with like timed trials. I'd rather there be like a timed demo where like it's like, oh, you can play this game for 1 hour anytime, rather than you have 2 days to play this game. But that was free on, I'm saying free with air quotation marks, you know what I mean. That was this month. It was, I don't remember what the date was. I think it was 3 days that you had to play this game. I think it's good. It's good to do an online game because it can help boost the community. But so basically, as far as I know from this game, it is, in my mind, you know when you play COD multiplayer and split screen as well, like I think it's something like that. I don't know if that's right or not, but like, wait, you know, you got a team, and however, I was actually doing some research. I think you can do player versus AI, or you can do player versus player, and I think the main part of this game is the PvP. So I think it's you have a team of 4 versus a team of 4, and like from what I've read, it's really, really good. It's like immersive. You can like hide in a room and then poke your head around the door and to check whether there's people coming, you know. And like it's the closest you'll get. It's to actually being inside the game, which is cliche to say with it being VR, but just from what I was really excited to try it. Now it was compatible with the aim controller, but not with the moves. So I would have just had to have played it with a regular controller because I don't have an aim controller. But apparently it's like really good if you got the aim, and you can, you know, it's immersive as hell, is what I can say. And you've got objectives to do. If you die, then you can watch the security cameras and you can still communicate with your team, and so you're kind of their intel, and you can tell them, oh, there's someone going to come through the door, so they can then strategically place themselves. Could actually be seen a bit like cheating, to be honest, but I don't know, I've never played it. However, it just sounds so much fun. It's like almost, it makes me think of paintballing in real life, which is very fun. So I'm disappointed that I didn't get to try it, and I don't have any footage to show you, so that's one of the bonuses though, is that you do randomly get these, you know, there might be betas or just a trial weekend or something, so that's quite fun. I usually miss them though, so as soon as you give me a date, I will be ill or busy or something on that date. So yeah, just to sum up, I thought it was a very good month. I really did. I don't think that anyone can complain about this month. It sucks like if you've already got the games or something like that, but that can happen to anyone any month, you know, it's just a risk you take. That's why I think it's important. Buy games if you're going to play them. I'm trying to tell myself this, because if you just buy them and then you don't get around to playing them, they always become free. That's happened so many times to me, and you'll hear about it as I go back through the previous months, because I have got over a year's worth that I am planning on recording. So I have gone way off topic here. To sum up this video, I just wanted to end with some predictions for, I don't know if it's predictions or hopes, what I want next month. So my predictions, let's see if they come true, okay? I am guessing, for the first game, Shadow of Mordor. Okay, that's my first guess. I don't think it's been a PS Plus game. At least it hasn't since I started. But it's a game that you can get really cheap now. It's already got a sequel. And it's a game that I want to try. So that's my first guess. Shadow of Mordor. My second guess, I'm going to say, I don't know if it's called The Witness or if it's just Witness. It's a puzzle game. That's my second guess because I feel like we haven't had a puzzle game for a while. And I do love a good puzzle. And I think it fits, you know, it's two kind of decent games. Very different genres. So that is my predictions. Let's see if any of them come to light. Thanks for listening if anyone has. I'm just figuring out how I want to make these videos, so I'm sorry if it's a bit messy, but hopefully soon I'll come up with like a format and a template that how I want it to go. But I'm just discovering it at the moment, so any feedback would be very nice. And I think that's it. So yeah, I thought it was a good month. What did any of you guys think? I'd love to hear any comments, not just about my video, but about the games. Like, what did you think of the games? Have I missed anything good or bad about them? Stuff like that. So yeah, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next month. Ciao for now. That was really, really bad. I really need to sign off a lot better. See you later.